Week one, that's in the books. Week two, here we are. We got the New York Football Giants coming into Jerry's World to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Both teams are 0-1 respectively, not only in record but in division. So they got some work to do, right? It's going to be a heated matchup today at 1 o'clock, and we got some things to talk about. Not only who do I want to see more and less of, we got my keys to the game, what a win and loss means for both teams. So we got some things to talk about. But right after this, let's go. Yeah, so both teams are coming in this week two with some lumps already. It wasn't great for Dallas. It wasn't good for the New York Giants. Um, you know, Dallas did a lot of great things in week one against Philly. We left some things on the table, definitely meat on the bone. In my opinion, we should have walked away with a win, but that's last week. We on to this week. We got the Giants in the house. They're coming in battled and bruised already. It's not looking good. They got the quarterback situation was supposed to be handled. Russell Wilson was supposed to bring some form of consistency, but last week they didn't show much consistency in any factor of the game. But for Dallas Cowboys, you know, last week for me, I was happy but hurt at the same time. So I didn't know how to feel. So it took me rewatching the game. It took me settling my mind and easing my emotions back, pulling them back to realize that, you know, besides the drops from CD, there was things that Brian Schottenheimer did that I really liked. Not only in the run game and how he stayed with Javonte Williams and kept utilizing him on first down, but there was some things that he did offensively that I felt like we can carry into this week and probably have a better showing than we did against the Philly defensive line. But with that being said, some people offensively that I want to see more from this week, I think we all can agree. George Pickens, he has to be involved more. 3 catches for 30 yards last week. Caught everything pretty much. I think we went 3 for 4. So he pretty much caught everything that was thrown to him. He did have that penalty. Ball wasn't coming to him, it cost us about 15 yards and actually it really stalled that drive for us. Him coming over from Pittsburgh, of course, I don't want to dive too deep into it, but is his head in the game at all times. He's not blocking correctly when the ball's not coming to him on run plays. There were some plays last week that if he blocked correctly, we could have got bigger chunks of yards in the run game. So that's things that the tape shows. Hopefully he can clean those things up this week and we can move forward. But I definitely do need to want to see more of George Pickens. He's obviously a weapon and we need to utilize him. And I can also say that for this next guy here, which is Turpin. I would love to see more Turpin, whether it's utilizing him as a running back or as a wide receiver. I think against this New York Giants defense, especially the secondary, we could utilize his speed. And with that secondary still being in question marks around it, I just think that utilizing Turpin this week would be advantageous to our winning. So yeah, and then plus I'm just a fan of getting our talent the ball, getting our weapons the ball. I'm a fan of that. So we didn't see much of Turpin last week. I would love to see a lot of him this today. And when I say a lot, give me 3-4 good plays for him, like actual chances to make an impact on this game. You do 2-3 a game, and it could be the deciding factor in most games because he has breakaway speed. He's shown to have reliable hands. So I would love to see more of Turpin. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all agree. Um, who else would I like to see more of? Oh, I loved seeing Javonte Williams. I need to see more of Javonte Williams. I need to see more of Jaden Blue. I need to see more of him. I don't believe he even played last week. No, he didn't play last week. Miles Sanders with that fumble. And I'll mention him later, but you know, eh, he doesn't. Jaden Blue doesn't get caught after breaking it away for 40 yards. Now, people can say, is he as patient as Sanders on that play to even get that yardage? I would have to. I'm going to have to pray that he could. Give him some ticks in the game, put the ball in his hands, allow him to get some kind of rhythm to himself, and let him do what we drafted him to do. You know, obviously we know he has breakaway speed. He has great hands, so he's just an obvious weapon that we don't need on the bench. We need on the field. So I need to see more Jaden Blue. Um, who else would I like to see more of? So we have Pickens, we got Jadon. Um, one more. Oh, oh yeah. Can we get Flournoy in the game? I would love to see. I would love to see some flow in the game. Um, I just want to see my guys, these young guys, get some tick early, because you'll never know. We're always one injury away from a next man up situation. I want to figure out our third wide receiver, whether that's going to be Turpin, Flournoy, whether I wish Mingo wasn't hurt because I would love to see him get an opportunity. Um, but I would like to figure out that third wide receiver. And the New York Giants, I just think the Giants right now, they're wounded. I think right now, there's some things that we can figure out offensively, against the New York Giants defense today, if we handle our business up front, with the line. Um, so I want to see more progression with the line. I want to see more cohesion with the line. I want to see, guys finishing blocks, opening up those lanes, a little wider, sealing off the gap if need be. So I just want to see a little bit more cohesion from the offensive line. If we can get that, I think this running back room is ready to take off, especially if it's a 1-2 punch of Javonte Williams and Jaden Blue. Now, who do I want to see more of defensively? For the Dallas Cowboys. First off, I want to see more of Nealon. I want to see more of Marshawn Nealon. I think he's a natural stop the run guy, and I think his pass rushing ability is only going to get better with more reps. I think he needs to be a staple on this defensive line at this point. I just love his tenacity. I love his motor and his energy. So if we can get some more Marshawn Nealon in this game, I think stopping the run is something we'll be able to do. As far as in the linebacker core, I would love to see more Amir Sleefow. He only had 6 snaps last week. That's not going to cut it. This guy, every time he's getting a chance, and he's one who's learning on the go, learning on the fly, but he's a fast learner. He's a tenacious tackler, and he has a nose for the football. He had a he has something, of course, some blunders, missed gaps from time to time. But like I said, I want to get him some more tick so that he once he gets a feel of where he needs to be, what he needs to do on a down in, down out situation, he's our future. So just getting him in the game is advantageous to the long run for the Dallas Cowboys. So let's get some more Maris Leofow in the game, please. Sticking with the linebacker core, Shamar James, number 50. I want him in the game. I loved his preseason tape. I love what I seen from his preseason tape is better than his college tape. His preseason tape is better than his college tape. If you haven't looked up any of his highlights, if you haven't looked up any of the all 22 film, Shamar James was doing his thing in the preseason. I wasn't the biggest fan of the draft pick, but by God, the guy just has a nose for the football. He's a willing tackler. He's a for sure tackler. He knows he comes downfield. He's a guy who can meet you in the backfield. He's gonna press that gap. I need to see some more Shamar James. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all feel the same. If y'all even noticed him in the preseason, if he popped off on film or on just a regular showing, air showing of the game to you. Because he definitely did for me. He definitely did for me. It was a surprise to see that he didn't get even. He should have been the one with the 6 snaps. If anybody should have got the 6 snaps last week, it should have been him. Maris should have been in the game, pretty much the whole damn game. Shamar James is the one, if you're going to just see what he could do live action in game situation, when it counts, when it matters, he should have been the one getting 6. So it was game 1. We didn't get any tick in the preseason as far as starters, right? So, hey, we're learning as we go here, and I think that if we add Shamar James, Maris Leofow, give those guys some more tick, I think we're going to shore up the tackling when it comes to the linebackers. Shamar's coming downhill. Maris side to side can also come downhill. He's a willing blitzer as well. He's a good blitzer. Like I said, both guys have a nose for the football in their respective ways. So I would love to see more of those guys if given the opportunity. Yeah. Now let's switch to who I want to see less of. Offensively, who do I need to see less of? Well, first we're going to start here. I want to see less of Miles Sanders. Now, I understand he's the vet, he's the one with the big money. But he did some great things even after the fumble, as far as pass blocking. And I understand that, but I'm willing enough for what he can do for me. I'm willing enough to see if, because in camp he was picking up the pass rush pretty good. Now I know that's camp, and in game, in season is totally different. You're playing against ones, so, but I want to see it. I want to see it. It needs to happen. So let me see it. Let me see it. Even if you kept him off the field on passing plays and put Javonte in there, Jadon Blue needs to be the second running back today, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Y'all let me know in the comment section if you feel the same way. But back to who I need to see less of, it would be Miles Sanders, not just for the fumble, but for the getting caught after breaking that 40-yarder. I'm just finding it very hard to forgive him for that, because that right there could have been, all that was needed to secure this victory. My defense played extremely well in the second half of that Philadelphia game. They scored 0 points on us. Not saying that, had we scored on that Miles Sanders touchdown, Philly wouldn't have had to switch things up. And ultimately when he fumbled, boom, then came the rain delay. So think about that. With him not fumbling, we score. Rain delay still happens. We might have went into that rain delay up with them still receiving the ball back off of a kickoff. Now, this is all assumptions. As if it was fifths, we all be drunk. But what I'm saying is he effed up. He effed up. And to be a veteran coming from that team, having known them guys across the field, you know what I'm saying? He should have been eager and willing to show them what they missing. And the fact that he got caught, it just does not sit well with me, and I understand mistakes are made. I'm sure he wish he could take it back, but he can't. And I'm not saying don't give him any more tick for the rest of the season. If he's getting paid, if he's on his team, I want him to contribute in some form of fashion. But we need to limit his action. He does not need to be the second running back. In my humble opinion, he does not need to be the second running back. I need explosiveness. Javonte showed me enough with the grit and the hard yardage. We still got Hunter Lupke. If we need somebody to pick up that short yardage, I need some explosion in this backfield. I need Miles Sanders to take a seat today. Not today, Miles. You're a healthy scratch. I don't need you. I don't need you to participate today unless there's a injury, right? So and I just don't need him today. Who else would I like to see less of offensively? It would have to be Tolbert. Yep. It'd have to be Tolbert for me. I really want to see other guys get tick at that third wide receiver position. You know, I know that's Dak's guy and everything, but I just he's not the future. So I need to start working, incorporating these younger guys in, so that if need be, if put in that position, um, you know, we can have trust in that. We already know what Tolbert is and what he can do. He hasn't been able to live up to the expectations of when he was drafted. It was wrong of us to draft him ultimately where we did, but nevertheless, yeah, I need to see less of Tolbert. Defensive wise, who do I need to see less of? Hmm. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I need to see my guy. I'm sorry. Dante Fowler. I'm not sure I need to see as much of Dante Fowler on rundowns. I think he needs to be a primary pass rusher for us. I just haven't forgiven him for you know slashing in, not setting the edge, giving Micah Part. Listen, forgive me, he's an op. For giving Jalen Hurts um the ability on that first play, like soon as he realized like he could really run the ball, like Jalen Hurts was damn near unstoppable after that, and I just don't think he's a natural run stopper. I don't think he's his what he wants to do is get upfield. And that's exactly what he did on that one play, gave up huge yardage to Jalen Hurts. And although I don't think we're facing a mobile quarterback in anywhere in the same atmosphere as Jalen Hurts. These are pretty mobile stationary quarterbacks, unless they put Jackson Dart in. And hopefully, it's such a good game for the Dallas Cowboys that hey, why not put this rookie in? But I doubt they at that situation. If Russ is having such a bad game, I think they just put Jameis in because the offensive line for the New York Giants is trash. And if you have any belief in the guy in Jackson Dart, you don't put him behind this offensive line because it does nothing for him. If you're putting him in a game that's already, pretty much being decided already by the score, you're really not learning anything other than getting some film. I guess you can, go over and practice and then in a film room and discuss. And then, you're not going to get much, and then you're risking them up the liability of injury. You're risking to shatter his confidence, all kinds of stuff. So I don't even think seeing Jackson Dart today is an option for the Giants. If Russ can't handle it, I would expect to see Jameis and less. And then hold on, if we're gonna talk about and I'm gonna mention the trap game whole situation in a minute here, but Jameis could actually and I don't want to talk this. Let me knock on wood. I don't want to talk this into motion. Because I want Russ to start and finish this game. The last thing I want to do is Jameis to see what he needs to do to win this game, because Jameis will come in and cook your ass if you playing around. Jameis will come right off the bench, hot as shit, and throw for 300 yards with less than in a quarter and a half. Don't play with Jameis like that. Don't play with Jameis like that. So, um, I would love to see Russ start and finish this game. Even if it's a close competitive game, at this point in juncture in their careers, I actually fear Jameis more than I fear Russ. Simply because Jameis don't care if it's across the middle, deep, intermediate, if he gotta get it to the running back. His thing has always been what's between the ears as far as like just the amount of interceptions. He is a talented passer. He has a very strong arm, and I don't want to see any parts of Jameis Winston today. None. Y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about Jameis Winston coming into this game at any point in any juncture. I don't want to be up 14 and then here come Jameis. I don't. Not against this defense. Not with my secondary looking how it's looking right now. I do not want to see any parts of Jameis Winston. I would hate for Dayball to be like, look, Russ ain't getting it done within the first 2-3 drives, and then boom, switch to Jameis just because shit ain't looking good, and he's fighting for his job, and he don't want to lose. Not only because it's the Cowboys, not only because it's in division, not because they're 0-1. It's because, hey, shit get too ugly. I might not make it through the night. They might not let me. They might put my ass on a Spirit flight home. So, Jameis is dangerous, and I want to stay far, far away from that. So, and I think I left off with kneeling. Who else do I don't want to see defensively? I don't have a problem with Kaiir Elam, and obviously he has to play. I'm just nervous. My secondary is not where it's supposed to be, and it gives me nerves. I'm nervous pretty much every passing down because you know I think he could take the ball away um, if it's head on right in the play and uses his hands. Don't try and catch it with his body. I think Elam could he could take the ball away if given the opportunity. But I probably shouldn't have mentioned him because he is going to play. There's no chance that he doesn't play. Um, but you know, I mentioned him, I guess, because that's just how I feel about it. But he's going to play anyway. So who else do I don't want to see? Um, I said Dante Fowler. Not that I don't want to see Dante. I don't need him on I don't need him on rushing downs. I don't need that. And when he does come in, even though he's trying to rush the quarterback, he needs to set that edge. That has to be a focal point in his mindset before each play is like, worst come to worst, I'm gonna set my edge. Yeah, you want to shoot your shot, but you got to know when to shoot it, man. And so yeah, that's the for me. That's uh who I don't really want to see and for particular reasons, right? Now let me just get to my keys to the game. Offensively, my first key to the game, right, is win first down. You want to try and live in second and short. I think this is a great team to really get the ball rolling. Like I said, I think we left a lot of meat on the bone last week against Philly. I think we could really carve up this New York Giants defense. But first, that starts with running the ball effectively and getting good push from our offensive linemen. And then I think this could have a great day for Javonte. This could have a great day for Jaden Blue. So I want to live in second and short today. I think that's if we live in second and short, it's on to victory lane. My second key to the game offensively is get Pickens and Turpin involved early and often. I think we need to let the league know that we don't just have a one wide receiver A. We got two of those guys. We need to let the league know that we are dangerous as offensively. That's what I think needs to happen today against the New York Football Giants. Right? We need to let them know that we the fucking boys offensively, right? Let Pickens let them know that hey, he's a weapon and a controlled weapon. A controlled weapon. You know, I just want him to feel at home with Dak. I don't want this to get to a situation where we start talking about week in, week out. Is this a Brandon Cook situation? Are we struggling to get the ball to anybody else other than CD Lamb and Jake Ferguson? And speak of need to see offensively, I need more Jake Ferguson, right? I need him to be that guy at tight end. I need him to be that guy. But I need to see Turpin and I need to see Pickens. I need explosion. That's what I want today. Not that I don't respect the Giants because they're an NFL football team. Guys make plays, even if it doesn't come together as a cohesion. The wrong play could win the game for the opposing team. So let's just blow their ass out. Let's do that, nation. Let's blow their ass out. Let's not even leave it to question. I'm gonna be very upset if this is a close game throughout. I'm gonna be very upset if not by the third quarter. I'm tuning into other games and peeping in and just seeing, not really caring anymore because these guys got backups in, and now we got our backups in. That's what I would love to see, our backups. Can we see that? Week 2, backups in the game already? Like, that's the kind of game I'm looking for. I am not looking for it to be close. I got too much belief in what this roster can do to believe that the New York Giants, as presently constituted, can fuck with us. No way. No way, nation. No way. No way that happens. Not today. Not today. I promise you. Dak Prescott against the New York Giants, you already know how he coming. You already know Dak. No, you know Dak he's putting up numbers today. George Pickens should have a day. Turpin, let's give him a day. Jaden Blue, let's give them guys a day. Let explosion. Let it just be explosive all day. First to the fourth quarter. Let's do that. I'm hyped. I don't know about y'all. Last week, they punched me in the face, but shit, I was still on my toes. I was still on my 10 after that. I'm ready for this game today. I am ready, and I don't want to hear it's the New York Giants. They hurt, don't matter against great teams. No, bullshit. Bullshit. Name a game that's not important. We are already down 1 in the division. We're 0-1 in the division already. Don't tell me this game's not important. Don't tell me that this game couldn't be. This is not a trap game. Okay? This is a snack game. This is what that's supposed to be. It's not a trap, it's a snack. The Dallas Cowboys should be eating today. Period. Period. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no noise. I promise you. I promise you, if we get Turpin and Pickens involved early, it's going to be a day. Because you know CD got to make up for them drops. It should be a day today. Forgive me if I'm yelling. I'm hyped. I'm ready. I'm ready. We want to get up fast, then control the clock with the run. That's what we need to do. Control the clock after we get up big. How do we do that? Great offensive line play, run the ball consistently and with purpose. And with purpose. Understand purpose. Don't just throw a run in just to run for it because Dak having to have a hell of a game. We can blow their ass out and Dak not throw for 40 passes. We can do that. Let's get a touchdown over 20 yards today on the run. Let's do that. Let's do that. They got a great defensive line. Let's show the league that we can play a team with a great defensive line and run it down their fucking nose. Right down their throat. Let's show the league that. I would love to show the league that. Javonte Williams showed me not only can he get the tough yards, but he'll pull the fucking load all the way to the first down. And they said he was washed. They said he didn't play in the preseason. We can't count on him. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. For right now, as the Dallas Cowboys currently stand, how this roster currently looks, that's my number 1 running back. Damn it. That's my number 1 running back right now. Give Jaden Blue the chance, and maybe later on he'll be the number one. But let's have a hell of a number two. Let's have a 1-2 punch. Defensively, my keys to the game: stop the run early. Stop the run early. Make them lean on Russell. Make them lean on the passing game. If we get to pin our ears back and chase that quarterback, it's game over. We got some young studs. There's no Micah Parsons in the building. They got to learn some names today. No Micah Parsons in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He's gone. No more number 11. Somebody else has to execute. Somebody has to get home. Somebody got to get home. Dante Fowler, don't need you on rundowns, but can you get to the quarterback today? Can you have about two? Can you give me two? I think you could give me two. The way that offensive line looked for the New York Giants, I think he could give me two. Listen, he can give me two, and I'll fall back. I already like him. I don't want y'all to believe that I don't like him. He's an excellent talent. He's been here before. He's a known commodity, right? But there has to be a leader in the house. He's the vet. But I don't give a damn who gets home. Somebody got to get home. Easy. Can we see Ezeraku? Can we see him today? Can he get me one? Nealon, can he get himself one? How about Kenny Clark? Bring me some pressure up the middle. Collapse that pocket. Can he bear hug Russell today? That's what I want to know. That's what I need. That's what we need, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we need today. That's what we need. We need to keep Malik Nabers in check. If they do end up passing the ball, it can't be for a productive day for Malik Nabers. No Malik Nabers, game over. Game over. No Malik Nabers, game over. Period. And he's a rising star in this league. Ladies and gentlemen, do not believe for 1 second it's going to be easy today, even if Diggs is on him. Even if Diggs is on him, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, ladies and gentlemen, right? Understand, Diggs is still mentally coming off injury. Remember, Malik Nabers running with rookie knees and total belief in his ability. He's cutting in and out of them breaks faster than ever. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? We got guys, new guys starting all over this goddamn secondary. We plugging and playing. Let's not believe that Malik Nabers can't have a big day today. He absolutely can. So we got to keep him in check. I don't give a damn if we got to bracket him. I don't care if we got to, press him. Listen, in his face all game. We got to disturb his peace because I tell you what, he can't control his energy. We fuck up his mind, he'll fuck up his play. Fuck up his mind, he'll fuck up his play. Right? And that's what I'm expecting Dallas to do, quite honestly. Stop the run, kill Malik Nabers, take him off his game. I want him pressed. I want him to have to move him every damn play. Right? I want him to be moving all over the field today. I want him lining up all over the field. No consistency. Everywhere he go, there's a star in his face. That's what I want to see today. We do that defensively. We stop the run. We win this game easily, handedly. And that's how it should go. That's how it should go. Yeah. Keep Malik Nabers in check. Stop the run early. Maintain gap integrity. Stop in the run. Stay in your lane. Mind your business. Do your job. Gap integrity. Last but not least, my key to the game defensively is turn the ball over. Simple and plain. Easy? No, no, no. Right? It takes instinct, takes skill, takes being in the right place. But it's one thing I know about Russell in his later years. He likes to not turn the ball over, right? But in order for him to get back into this game, how I'm expecting it to go, he's gonna have to pass upwards of 30 passes, and we need to get that ball. Whether it's a sack, fumble, punch out, ugh, interception, diving interception, huh? I don't care. Can I get a pick six? I'm ready for this defense to give me something to cheer about. I'm ready for this defense today to give me something to cheer about. We turn this ball over in any way defensively, it's it's a nightmare situation for the New York Giants. With the shoe being on the other foot, we turn the ball over. We giving hope to the dead. We giving resuscitation. We can't do that. Not today. Not today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 0-1 in the division. We need to whoop that ass. We need to whoop that ass. We whoop that ass today. Kansas City handles business against Philly. Guess what? We all on the same playing field again. Well, except for the Giants, but nobody expecting them to be up top anyway, right? So with Washington already falling to Green Bay, we need Kansas City to handle business. But first and foremost, we need to handle ours. I can give two fucks if Philly lose if we lose. I don't give a damn, right? It does absolutely nothing for us, and it just makes our situation worse. It compounds our situation. It compounds it. We need to win today. This schedule is not easy. This schedule is not easy. This schedule is not cake. Let me tell you what it would mean, in my opinion, for the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants if they lose. For the Cowboys, if we lose, go 0-2 in the division, we're done. Don't talk to me about playoffs. We're done. We would have to literally rip off 6 games probably in a row. Beat teams that, even if we win today, not saying we can't beat them, but we're not known to beat those playoff teams. So we're going into those games with question marks, even bigger question marks. Listen, losing today would be I don't even understand. I don't know what that press conference would look like. I don't know what the kind of questions would be going on, but in my mind, I see hell. I will be pissed off. Oh, you think this post game video would be for children? No. No. Send them to bed. Send them to bed early if the Dallas Cowboys lose to the New York Football Giants today. Right? Oh, there'd be question marks all over the board. Shoddy, Dak, Jerry, Steven, Will. There'd be so many questions. So many questions. So we just got to go in, handle business like we know we can handle business, and we can get out of there with a win. Let me wrap this up. What it means for the New York Giants if they lose. What the fans are already probably feeling. It's over. Listen, we as this, they I believe have probably the hardest football schedule in the division. It does not get easier for them. It will not get easier for them. They lose today, and Brian Daboll might be fired. Joe Schoen could possibly be fired. I don't think they get rid of Joe Schoen, not this early. But somebody could come in and fill in Daboll's job. Somebody could definitely do that, right? There's a lot that goes on with the GM. There's a lot of, office politics, works, and then paperwork and all that shit. I don't know if every team has a assistant GM. I don't know if Dallas does, because we already gave the GM role and title to Will, with air quotes, because Jerry. But man, it would be done for the Giants. It'd be wrap it up. In my humble opinion, um, if the seat ain't already hot for Dayball, it would be damn near on fire. He lose this game, and in the way that I think the game's gonna go, we should blow their ass out. And if that happens, yeah, yeah, you might see some changes in the locker room for the New York Giants. Um, yeah. But with that being said, I don't want to run too long because the game does start at 1. Um, I just want to give my final score prediction. I'm expecting a semi blowout. I think that the Giants score a couple points, maybe a field goal, maybe a touchdown late. I think they eat off maybe a couple field goals, okay, maybe 6 or 9 points, and then late they score. Okay, so ultimately I'm gonna go Dallas, uh Dallas 30, Giants 15. 30-15. Uh yeah, I'm gonna go with that. 30-15 Dallas Cowboys. Y'all let me know in the comment section your score prediction. Let me know what your possible keys to the game is. Did you agree with who I wanted to see more of? Do you agree with who I would like to see less of? I mean, ultimately, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you could, share this content. It's always been a pleasure. It's your boy, Run It Up Real, with another episode of Real Sports Talk. And let's go. DC4L. Let's go get this win. I'm out.